So I'm gonna start another review today, comparing two more watches. One of them you've seen, it's the Suunto Sport Wrist HR model, and then the Fenix 5. This is the regular Fenix 5, not the X, not the S, and it doesn't have the sapphire crystal, but it actually looks good enough for me. So one thing I wanted to do is I noticed already, and it becomes even more noticeable, this thing finds the GPS incredibly fast, while this thing takes forever. So let me gonna turn this on to a run, and it's gonna start looking for a GPS, and we can concentrate on this watch. So we'll press exercise, we'll go running, and we'll press, it's looking for what, GPS and heart rate. Found the heart rate. GPS is apparently still looking too. Interesting. Maybe we should walk around. It's not really that bad. It's a little overcast. This thing's still looking. Found the GPS. Garmin is about halfway there. Did find the heart rate. Let's see. Heart rate's going up. My Suunto's saying it's at 90. This one now bumped up to 90. That's fine, but then it's still rolling. Rolling. Only halfway through the GPS marker. Now I have to say, this is only the second time ever I am using the GPS on this watch. I went on a little walk and I recorded a hike just to see if it was recording something. And an issue that I observed was I paused my walk halfway through. We went to a playground, and then when I did resume back the activity, it must have not found the GPS, because the track that I have is only on the way there and not on the way back. Weirdly enough, it shows the full distance, full time, but the map only got drawn for half the markers. So literally still did not find the GPS. I've been talking for forever now. 2 minutes. We're going on 3 minutes right now. This is just painful that it's doing that. It's like the last stretch on there. This guy's all ready to go. He says, just run me. And this guy is sure taking its sweet ass time. It is a little bit more overcast that way, so I don't know what's going on, but I did notice that always in my Garmin's versus my Suunto's freaking took forever. So I have no idea what it's doing here. It's literally going on 3 minutes. I want to go running. My wife is actually getting induced today, so I want to go on this run, and every minute that I'm waiting here around for this stupid GPS to signal to catch up is a minute she could be going into the labor. No joke. It is like 9 a.m. right now. We are scheduled for 2 p.m. induction, but it could come anytime. So this thing is still here, and I don't know what's going on. So I paused and stopped it. Probably, I don't know why I did this, but I'm gonna cancel this and see what it comes back with. Okay, so discarded that activity, started it again. This is all ready to go. We're gonna go on a run. I'll check in at 1 mile marker, ballpark. So doing a 1 mile check-in, actually 1.16 miles, 1.15 miles, heart rate 147, heart rate 146. Pretty bang on. See all those little things? Those are buoys. So what that means is the sailing season is going to be starting, which brings me to an issue with the Suunto that I have. My plan is to, whichever watch that I keep, is to use it as an all-around watch, and some of it is going to be for the sailing activities, and specifically sailing racing. So a fancy word for it would be a regatta feature, which is just a countdown timer, which Fenix has and this thing doesn't. And considering this watch came about when September, the base model that this is based on, it's been 9 months and it still doesn't have a countdown timer. So for $500 you get a watch that can't even count down stuff, and if you need a stopwatch feature you have to buy a whole separate watch, which is like insane. So anywho, here are the guys setting up the buoys, and I'll talk to you at mile 2. So doing a 224 versus a 224 mile check-in. Heart rate 156. This one's 148. Picking back up. So this one definitely dipped. Maybe, I don't know. Getting about to the south side of the lake. So I actually wanted to talk real quickly about the screens before I forget, while still in the moment. This screen did not start out the way you see it now. Literally when I went for the run, and sometime during the mile 1 run, I just went into the settings of the current screen, reorganized the screens, and I was able to get the timer, heart rate, and distance, so it would match this watch. This watch also didn't start out this way. This is a custom screen that you have to name, because apparently you can have a gazillion custom screens and you can only do it on the Suunto interface. So I had to deactivate all of the standard screens because I don't like them. I had to set up these new screens. I had to save it online, and then I had to sync it to the watch. I kid you not, it probably took 10 minutes the first time I was doing it just to set up the run screens. And then considering there's multiple sports, none of the base screens, which I like. So if you got biking, if you want to do trail running, if you want to do hiking, if you want to do cross-country skiing, if you want to do pool swimming and open water swimming, that's 6 screens that you have to go in there and add multiple screens, reconfigure them, and then sync everything. You have to do it online on your computer, and then you have to sync it to the watch. Whereas on Garmin, you do it on a whim, literally during an exercise. And it's mind-boggling that Suunto tells you to do this thing. One thing I have to say, the screen on the Suunto is much nicer to me than the Garmin, and some of it I actually think, because Garmin 5 has an improved screen compared to Fenix 5 has an improved screen compared to Fenix 3. I really think it's the fonts. Someone at Suunto really sorry about the plane noise. I'll let it down now. Someone down there literally applied some design analysis or design standards to doing this screen, the layout. They really thought about it. Whereas Garmin reminds me with these like heavy, brutal, bold fonts and these like maroon reds and weird blacks. It looks like they, if you remember to like Windows 3.1, when you went into paint and then you went to 100% zoom and you actually got like a pixelated, you can paint down supposedly to the pixel. It looks like they're literally using that interface and drawing shit pixel by pixel by pixel, because otherwise I have no idea how you can get hard edges like that. So visually, the Suunto is just, to me, the screen is stunning. The interface, the watch faces suck, but this layout, I have to say, is beautiful. So anyways, 121 for heart rate, 121 for heart rate, 249 for distance, 248 for distance, 249 now. I'll see you at a mile marker 3, and I'll think of something else to complain or say pro about. Okay, bye-bye. 331 mile check-in, 330 mile check-in, heart rate 152. This one's at 149, but it's dropping. So is this one. One thing I did notice, for about 3 to 4 minutes back there between the breaks, when I picked up my pace or started running from doing the video, this thing, Fenix 5, got stuck at about 145 beats per minute for my heart rate, while this one went all the way up to 161. And I believe this one, because I know myself and I wish I was in shape enough to run at 145, but I wasn't. I took this watch off, I wiped the sensor, I wiped down my wrist, I put it back on, and probably for another 3 minutes after that, it was still reading the same thing. I've noticed that when I had my Fenix 3 HR, that it would get stuck and literally would cap out at like 152 beats per minute or something like that, when that was the fastest heart rate. And I don't know if it's the sensors reading, picking up, is influenced by the temperature of the skin, because there is a decent amount of wind chill right now. You can see my arms red. I started wiggling my fingers just to pump some blood into it, and that's actually when the heart rate monitor recovered. Man, this lady's like passing me for the 3rd time now because I'm doing this video. She must think I'm some sort of an idiot. The path home is now uphill, kind of loops around, goes that way, so my heart rate will jump up. I'd be curious to see. This one now says 122, 343 for distance. This one just went to 344 for distance and 123 for heart rate, so still very close, but I want to see more of the dynamics, especially as I run uphill under heavier load. So sorry for the shake. I am running uphill. 168, stuck at 154. 168, stuck at 154. And this looks like 168, not 154. Peak of 173, peak of 153. So Garmin completely got stuck. Okay, so I'm wrapping up my my run. So you could see the heart rate didn't perform so well. In one maybe defense of the Fenix, the watch was taken out of the box about, I don't know, 24 hours ago, 36 hours ago, and I didn't even bother to see if it needed a software update or not, whereas this one I know went into the newest update. So I'd like to do one more run. I just beeped at 4 miles, but I have another screen on here. This just beeped at 4 miles. I have another screen on here. This is the map screen, and this is the map screen, and unfortunately it just reset. So let me fix this up. So it's at about the same scale now. This is the breadcrumb, this is the track. One thing I noticed on Suunto, which seems to have gone away since their Ambit days, I have a video where I'm doing a Fenix 3 versus Ambit 3, and I use the navigate back feature on both of those watches. This one doesn't have it anymore. All you get is this breadcrumb now. So if you literally wanted to navigate it back now, you would turn around and wait for the watch to turn around and kind of, nope, still confused. And you start walking back, and hopefully this line aligns back to this line, and you're gonna get home this way. I actually had to use it on one of my big runs on Saturday, 7-mile run through the woods. It was okay. I don't think it was as nice as doing the navigate back because you can't see any other stats. You essentially have to keep it in a map view. Another thing is, once this run is saved, it doesn't generate the map anymore. So as soon as you leave this breadcrumb thing and you get out of the run, it saves your run. You can never see that map again unless you actually go on a computer and look at it that way. And you can never go and do the exercise from a previous exercise like you could on Ambit 3, and you can definitely do it on the Garmin. You can go save this route, or even from the watch you can run or race this the saved activity. On this one, nope, you actually have to go now on the computer to see that route. You have to export that route and save it as a trail or whatever. Then you have to sync it to the watch, and only then can you execute it. Speaking of that, navigation's another thing that sucks on Suunto. If you wanted to save a point of interest, POI, you literally like save it as POI 1 or something like that, and that's it. And then you have to go again on the computer, rename it. You look at a list of like 200 POIs, try to figure out what they are, rename them, sync them back to the watch with a new name. Whereas on the Garmin, you do everything directly from the watch. So I am stopping the activity. Let's save it just so it shows. Forget the records, hasn't been syncing anything. Details, map. So this could still generate the map of your run. This one, we're gonna stop, we're gonna end. How was it? Sure, everything's always excellent. After all, you get to go run outside. Why would it be terrible? So thank you, everything's saved. It's gonna show me some stats. Auto lap, and that's it. Kicks you out right to the main screen, and no more map, no more nothing. And then, by the way, this watch literally stopped syncing to the Suunto app one day after I got it, so I cannot sync Suunto app on my iPhone. That doesn't work at all. And looking at the reviews of the app on the Apple Store, seems people have been having this issue since like beginning of March, and I say this is now April 19th, so they knew about it for at least a month and haven't fixed it. Beyond pathetic again. So I don't know, that's it for my running thoughts right now. I have to go get the baby carrier and all of this stuff, start getting ready for the hospital. So I'll finish up the video a little bit later. Thanks, bye. Over and over and over and over again. So I actually noticed that there was a new version of the app. I upgraded it, and it just keeps failing and failing over and over again. Same thing as before. So nothing changed. Can't even sync this watch with an iPhone. So heart rate might be good, GPS might be good, but it's not only missing basic features such as a count-out timer, it's missing features that its predecessors used to have, and the stupid thing won't even connect to the phone now. So big fail, Suunto.